is the 5th anniversary of the April 19th incident where Mr. Mao's was a live broadcast with the Voice of America, which is a taxpayer-funded international broadcast owned by the United States of America's government. So he was being interviewed. He was exposing the crimes against humanity committed by the Chinese Communist Party. And in the midst of the interview, the live broadcast was abruptly shut down. So that sent a strong message to people from around the world, because America was used to be the beacon of the hope and symbol of the freedom and democracy. But even an international broadcaster represents the freedom of press and representing the America government national interest of freedom and democracy now is in the hands of the Chinese Communist Party. So I know, tell us your name and where you're from and what do you think of this incident and its impact on American people?
Well, my name is Sigmund. I am from America. When you talk about that instance, a United States federal-funded news agency being taken down after a phone call from Chinese officials from the CCP, it's heartbreaking and it boggles the mind. As you said, the United States is supposed to be a symbol of freedom, democracy, freedom of speech, the press, religion, and to have it so easily be twisted by foreign interests to shut down freedom movements, it's heartbreaking, and really it just wrenches at the soul. Unfortunately, you see it more and more often today. Influence groups, big businesses, they are more concerned about their financial ability to do business in China than they do about propagating American values of freedom. I'll say it once, I'll say it again, it's heartbreaking because it really is how people can so easily change what they believe in over a quick buck. It's devastating.
So thank you for sharing your view. I've seen the report talking about the then Voice of America's director, Amanda Burnett. Her husband, Donald Graham, owns a big business that has a huge financial interest in the Communist China. That business was actually in collaboration with the Chinese Communist Party. So this is like a U.S. international broadcaster, and the director has a direct conflict of the interest with the number one enemy of the American people. And so there are many also like the Wall Street and the corporate America. They also have a huge financial stake in the hands of the Chinese Communist Party. So that is in direct conflict with American fundamental value and American people's interest. So what do you think about this conflict of interest?
Well, when it comes to that, it puts the American people in a very tight conflict with these corporations. The big thing that was going through Congress a little while ago, when the concentration camps were revealed to the American public from Xinjiang, you have big corporations like Disney over there making billions. Their response is to do nothing. They're too invested, too in stake with the financial markets over there that they would rather pretend it doesn't exist to keep their margins in check. And it puts these businesses in a spotlight for the simple reason is, how would you say, that they don't... many of these businesses, they're making deal with the devil. They would rather propagate human suffering than stand up, have a voice, and just do the right thing.
我们的就是在法治基金和新中国联邦驻乌克兰边境的直播的这个前线的记者站。那么今天坐在我旁边的呢是几位在米迪卡营地做国际救援义工的西方人士。今天他们也想加入我们419断播事件对国际社会，尤其是对西方这世界的民主和自由的影响。然后我们刚才已经采访到这位这个 Seed， 他是从美国的俄勒冈州来，然后现在刚刚加入的呢是另外一位 从美国来的一位先生。那么因为这个大家知道，这个美国之音是一个美国纳税人付款的，是隶属于美国政府的一个机构。那么在这样的一个这个国际的这个就是媒体被断播，这对美国人意味着什么？现在我们来采访一下 Lance. Hey Lance, welcome to our show. And so today marks the 5th anniversary of the abrupt suspension of an important live interview given by Mr. Miles Guo, the leader and founder of the Chinese whistleblower movement to expose the crimes against humanity committed by the Chinese Communist Party. The Voice of America, which is a taxpayer-funded international broadcaster owned by the United States of America's government, actually received some high order and suspended that live broadcast.
High order.
Yeah, so it sends a strong message not only to the Chinese people, but to American people like you and me. Because if they can shut down the number one Chinese dissident, what about the rest of us? We're the little people. So what do you think about this incident and its impact and implication for American people's independence and freedom?
Absolutely. I would say this. There's one firm truth, many firm truths about democracy, and that is that the truth never hurts democracy. It never does. It only hurts those who are currently in power of a democracy. That's the thing about democracy. That's the thing about truth that a democracy can yield, and that's if I'm in power, then the truth will hurt me, specifically in power. But the truth will never hurt the masses. The truth will never hurt them. They need to know the truth. The same way they need to know the truth about Pfizer's COVID information. They need to know that information as well. It's very important, as a vaccinated person and myself, it's very important for all people to know the truth about all fundamental events, all groundbreaking events around the world. It's a shame to know that any world leader is willing to hush information to sustain their own survival. I would rather die a good man in a corrupt world than a bad man in a good world. Yeah, so far. I'm 25, I'm young, I can say that. Yeah. I can say that so far. Now when I'm 50 and when I'm in power as the world leader, then I might be like, everybody, hey, shut up, I'm trying to stay in power, but as of now, I'm not in power, so I can say, give us the truth, give us the real information. I certainly am embarrassed by America's willingness to take Chinese funding for mass media instead of our steadfast truthfulness when it comes to independence. And now listen, America we're rife with our own issues. We absolutely are. Everyone is. From the Congo to Netherlands to who else can we add in there? Everyone. Every single country has their own form of secrecy that hides evilness, right? We've all got our bad parts, and it's important that we do not be, I said this in the first interview I did with you guys, it's important that we are not dissuaded by fear or threats. It's very important that we don't. I'd give commendment to anyone who is willing to die a martyr in the sense of you have to go out believing in what you think is right? And once again, as a 25-year-old, what I think is right is not going to be the same in a year from now. I'm sure it's going to change. But I most definitely hope that America and China holds fast to their principles of freedom and self-empowerment for all of our people.